Happy Halloween! So, you're looking very cat-like, Sarah.
Meow!
I actually don't know. I think I'm just a spider.
A spider kind of...
Spider queen.
Spider queen, yes.
There we go.
That's the one.
Since it's Halloween this weekend, we thought that we would do a Halloween special.
Yes.
And talk to you about a couple of fragrances with a spooky or enchanted story.
Yes. I mean, that is... the thing about perfume is there's literally something to fit every occasion. So we had no trouble finding spooky fragrances.
And it was just an excuse to put strange makeup on.
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to a Halloween party this year?
What fragrance will you be wearing?
And when you think about fragrance, do you think about the story behind it? Because that's really, we've chosen these scents today because of their backstory, not necessarily just the smell. I don't know that there is such a thing as a spooky smell.
I don't know, like a witch's potion or something.
So what witch's potion story have you got?
So the fragrance I'm going to talk about is one from Serge Lutens. Which is up here. First of all, Serge Lutens is a good brand for Halloween generally. If you've ever been like to one of his stores, it's really dark and kind of
lots of purple, lots of opulence, but also lots of kind of moons and stars and the cosmos. Yeah,
he's very into astrology. Astrology, yes, not astronomy. I always get confused. So the fragrance we're going to talk about is Vitriol d'Oyer. So you can see it here. It's got a slight purple colour to the juice as well. So Vitriol d'Oyer. Let's have a spray. Now, you know Serge is a big lover of the story with the fragrance, and everything comes from the story first. So the story behind this, as we have a smell, is about the carnation. And so it's got carnation in it, so it's got the floral element to it. But the carnation inspired him because it was the flower that Jack the Ripper used to wear in his buttonhole, apparently. So Jack the Ripper is obviously a serial killer from over 100 years ago in Britain, and Serge is very... kind of a bit obsessed with like English, these kind of cultures sort of, and traditions.
Yeah, the Victorian times
dark.
in England. Yeah, absolutely, where there were kind of mysteries around.
Yes. So he's thinking about Jack the Ripper with this carnation and how the carnation is like what a gentleman would wear, this beautiful buttonhole carnation, but then be careful because actually he could be a murderer.
Oh my goodness, wow. Or a monster of some description.
Yes.
I've been, totally unrelated, I've been watching a series on TV called Penny Dreadful, which is all about like vampires and werewolves alive and well in 1800s in London.
Yes, there was all kinds going on in the East End of London, you know.
I really like this.
So I forget how nice it is, because carnation is quite sweet.
Yeah.
But then there's lots of pepper.
But it's almost
in it
violet.
Well.
Can you smell violet-y type?
Yes, yeah.
Almost like a sort of a gentle fizz of like Parma violet sweets, if you can think about that. And mixed with those spices, it's quite intoxicating.
I think it has some clove.
Yes.
Because I always recognise clove.
Yeah, I can smell it.
It gives it that kind of, like dangerous side to it.
The fizz comes from a whole mixture of peppers, black pepper, pink pepper, a little bit of cayenne pepper, which I think gives it some interest.
Yes, you could definitely, I mean, as with all Serge fragrances, can be for a man or a woman, and this really could, because it's got those traditionally feminine kind of floral note, but then traditionally masculine kind of dark spicy note. And it's a really great fragrance, and I love the story behind it, so if you were wearing it, it would be great to share that one, especially on Halloween.
Absolutely. A more kind of enchanted, woody type fragrance.
Not so spooky.
Not so spooky, but actually very beautiful. And great, deep, red, rich colour. This amazing bottle, and it really is a beautiful bottle. This is a fragrance called Feerie Rubis. And Feerie in French, fairy. Rubis, like red, like ruby colour. And it's by Van Cleef and Arpels. And I picked this for Halloween really because of this little gorgeous enchanted cherub? Fairy. On
kind of nymph-like,
like
isn't
a nymph,
she? Yeah. In the garden.
Very Van Cleef and Arpels. So if you know Van Cleef and Arpels jewellery, you might know that they are often inspired by enchanted fairies, like all of those things. So there's the enchantment and the fairy sitting on the little, I guess, lily pad on the top of the fragrance. It's an outstanding bottle, this.
Amazing. It's like a piece of jewellery. Yeah.
There was another fragrance called Feerie in a midnight blue bottle.
Yes, the original one.
And it was like a taller lid with a fairy standing on it. But I don't know if that's available anymore.
I think it is still available. Maybe not in the UK for us. But I think they do still make it. But this is a newer one.
Okay. So this is lovely and rich and fruity and musky and floral all at once.
Yeah.
Gorgeous, again, pepper, some sparkling brightness with pink pepper, and red currant. You know, you can sort of remember that raspberry and red currant, all red fruits in there. But also a lovely peony note in there to give it sort of very floral, fruity.
Yeah, very floral, delicate floral. Like a fairy, delicate wings. And,
exactly, just like this little
much easier wear, you know. It would be lovely for anyone as a gift. I know there's a lot of people that like fairies and collect fairy things, and it would be the perfect perfume present for someone who likes that.
Can you smell the iris as well coming through?
Powdery. Yeah, it's powdery in the base.
Iris, we must do an ingredient video on iris, actually. Iris, the root is used and it always smells quite dry and powdery. So this one, although it is a fruity, bright, sparkling opening, like kind of an enchanted potion, it really changes and envelops on the skin through the floral notes to a more powdery, sort of musky base. And actually, it is a beautiful fragrance on the skin.
It's really nice.
So a nice little enchantment fairy story for Halloween, to contrast with your Jack the Ripper London spookiness. I feel like going to a Halloween party.
I know.
Now.
We need to go to. We need to just make our own Halloween party now.
We definitely should.
We hope you all have a happy Halloween and smell beautifully fragrant at the same time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I guess we'll see you next time on our channel, looking a little bit more normal. Yeah. Bye.